Welcome to the Road to Roseboro, where we discuss college football. Who do I have sitting to my right?
Yeah, Brian.
Supposed to be on the left, but okay then.
Didn't even notice.
Yep, and that's your fault. Who do I have sitting in front of me?
This is Jacob.
Yep. We got the whole crew back together this week.
I finally managed to get you out of that damn computer, man.
The boys
are back in town.
I found my way.
I had to sell my soul to Bill Belichick to get you out, but it worked out in the end.
Yeah. Well, he really don't need your soul. They're kind of 6-0 right now. We're going to be discussing that, by the way.
I read the story, or I watched this story. I think it was Julian Edelman said that he walked in on Bill Belichick while he was naked in a hot tub and saw his junk.
Real? Is that real?
Yeah, that came from the mouth of Julian Edelman.
He's lucky.
Our
Lord, Bill Belichick.
He said that was one of the 3 conversations he ever had with Bill Belichick in his entire tenure.
I say that would be quite terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He had already been there for like 8 months at that point. He had never spoken to him once. That's the very first time he ever had a conversation with him was after that.
That's a way to break the ice.
And the conversation was something like, "We'll see you at practice tomorrow." He goes, "Yep." And they just
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie. But
God.
we're going to get to
so there's that.
Our games of the week last week, or just some interesting things that happened in college football. One in particular, but we're saving that for last. What did y'all think about the Notre Dame versus USC game? Brian, would you like to get us started?
I wasn't surprised, really.
Yeah.
It went about as well as I expected it to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all I got to say about it.
It had me scared there for a bit, but I viewed last week as kind of like Survival Saturday.
Yeah.
And, last week was you had a bunch of teams either lose or play close games. So I believe getting past USC, a tough rival, was pretty great. And, good game.
What was the final score?
30-27.
Okay.
Yeah. Notre Dame wins.
Okay. I'll tell you what. The USC did hang in there for a little bit longer than I expected them to. Because I actually had them. I thought Notre Dame was going to win by 10 points or more, actually.
Yeah.
So good on USC for sticking in there, but I was not worried about Notre Dame pulling out the win, though.
Yeah, I always feel like Notre Dame had control of the game.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, Jake?
You're going to have to excuse me from the games this week. I had a sort of hectic week. I didn't get to watch a single one.
Oh, well, ain't that wonderful?
Yeah. This is not out of my own stupidity this time, at least.
It was work.
Some personal issues.
Okay. Well, we're going to get into Iowa and Penn State. What do you think about Iowa and Penn State, Brian?
I actually didn't watch this game, man.
You didn't?
I missed it.
Penn State won.
Okay.
Me and you were wrong on this one.
Was that my upset of the week? Was Penn?
No, we didn't. We didn't really have upsets of the week. I picked one. I picked Michigan State over Wisconsin. That was a dumpster fire.
Okay.
But, Penn State won. They look pretty good. They're unbeaten. They play a big game this week against Michigan, actually. So we'll talk about that.
Talk about that later.
But
yeah.
Overall, good game by Penn State. They found a way to win, and good for them.
I've actually kind of been pleasantly surprised by Penn State. Mm-hmm. Like Penn State has just been dominant throughout the whole season. And
but the Big Ten East is going to come down between Penn State and Ohio State.
Right.
Everybody else is just playing for third place.
Are those two teams going to play against each other at one point?
Yeah, they're in the Big Ten East. Both of them are.
Okay.
So the winner of Ohio State and Penn State will play Wisconsin more than likely in the Big Ten Championship.
That'd be a good game.
Yeah. So if Ohio State wins, they'll actually have to play Wisconsin twice. Penn State don't play Wisconsin unless they go to the Big Ten Championship, though.
Okay.
But,
very cool.
Onward to LSU and Florida.
Oh, God.
What do you think about this game, Brian?
I think you used the word epic.
Yeah.
That describes it.
It was insane.
Very insane, yes.
Joe Burrow.
Did Florida end up winning that game?
No.
Oh, they did?
No, Power of Tebow did not guide them.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, that sucks.
Yep. That statue didn't do nothing for him.
No. I can't say it would have done much. It's a pretty crappy one anyway.
Yeah. Well, Tebow, he did give Georgia State some extra motivation earlier this year.
That's true.
Yeah.
And also all throughout the year because they're a powerhouse of the Sun Belt.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't Georgia State like 3-3?
They're 3-3, I think.
Yeah.
Georgia State, yeah.
Total powerhouse.
Appalachia State right now is we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Because that's actually one of our topics. But,
okay.
Yeah, LSU, they won. I'm very impressed by Joe Burrow. LSU's defense has a lot of problems, especially giving up that many yards against Florida with a third-string quarterback, essentially.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed by LSU. I think they're a pretty good team, and I really like what their coach had to say during halftime when it was 21-21. He said, this is LSU, a place where Florida's dreams come to die.
Okay.
That was epic. But
That's like some, like
that's some medieval shit.
That's some like Lord Sith sort of stuff or something.
Yeah, the time has come.
Yeah.
Well, he sounds like a Sith, so I mean, it works.
Yep.
Does he like breathe really heavily through a mask?
Yeah.
That's how he talks.
He
Yeah.
sounds like a Southern boy.
He is a very Southern boy.
So
Very-
Southern that he's almost French again.
Yeah, he's both deep down inside.
Yeah.
He's a very Southern 70-year-old boy.
Yep. But I'm impressed by LSU. I
Yeah,
really
very-
like Joe
me too.
Burrow.
Yes.
Joe Burrow's one of the players. I know you want to talk about Joe Burrow a little bit. What do you think about Joe Burrow?
Well, it was like at the beginning of the year, everybody was talking about Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Jalen Hurts, and even the kid from Ohio State, Justin Fields. And yeah, now Joe Burrow just kind of
Came out of nowhere.
just came out of nowhere and just started playing the way he played because he wasn't great last year. He was good.
He was a game manager
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
He was more of a liability for LSU. But this year,
he's just killed it. And good for LSU because they really don't get like a reliable quarterback all the time.
Usually their quarterback situation is shit. LSU over the years, they've really relied on running the ball, playing solid defense.
Right.
And this year it's actually the opposite. They can't run the ball to save their life, and they play no defense, but they can throw it all over the field on you.
They pulled a Pittsburgh then.
Yeah, it's weird. LSU is a very different team now than what they have been in the past couple years, and they hired a quarterback coach from the Saints, so that could explain a lot of this.
Right.
But
good for Joe Burrow. I'm happy for the kid.
I am too. What do you think about and Jake? I do want to get you. You probably didn't get to watch this, but I do want to get your opinion on this a little bit. Oklahoma and Texas.
He actually did watch a little bit of this one.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you think?
We'll get him next time. Like, yeah, you know that old, like when you die in Call of Duty where he goes, "Don't worry, boys, we'll get him next time."
Yeah.
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 I should like edit that into this video. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Maybe.
Shut
we'll
up.
see.
Okay.
It's happening.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
You should edit in the. If there's anything you should edit in, Spider-Man PS3 game, Spider-Man 3. Do you remember that thing we were talking about? I'm gonna die. That was really funny.
That's how well this conversation's currently
Hey, it's a disaster already.
Yeah.
We're going totally out of bounds. We're not even talking about football at this point.
Yeah, we're
Well-
10 minutes in and we're already off the rails.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well, we all have been gone for a while. Brian went to go in the hills and fight some bears 2 weeks ago. I went to Tennessee, and I guess Jake's been the only one who's been stayed strong. Good for you, Jake.
Yeah.
But
Back on topic.
yeah, back to the
Joe
game.
Burrow's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's good, and Oklahoma looks legit. I like their defense. Lincoln Riley's a god of a coach. He can take any quarterback, I think, in the country. Next year, I bet they'll have Houston's quarterback, DeAndre King. There's talks of him going to Oklahoma, so he'll probably be a Heisman winner too.
Has all the quarterbacks been transfers?
Yes. Baker Mayfield
From Texas Tech.
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury wouldn't start him, so he transferred to Oklahoma and put up godly stats. Kyler Murray came from Texas A&M. He wouldn't get no playing time, and now Jalen Hurts.
So pretty much so far the trend since he's going for a Houston guy, it seems to me like just give me a small guy from Texas and I'll make it work.
Yeah, it'll work.
just play someone else's second string is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, he takes like a second string from like a big school, and goes, "Oh, you ain't playing there? How about you come here and win the Heisman?"
What a
eh?"
shame. It'd be terrible if I just offered you first string.
Yeah. And they win the Heisman, and everything's so confusing.
Yeah, your success in the NFL might vary, but
But
Who cares
it's
about
working
that?
for Oklahoma.
yep.
Their defense looks much improved compared to what it has been the last couple of years.
Yep.
And we'll see. Oklahoma don't play a ranked team the rest of the year except for Baylor, which I don't know if they'll be ranked by the time they play Oklahoma, but we'll see. On to our final game of the week in our recap here. Oh, boy, I'm so excited to talk about this one. How about them Bulldogs? How's it feel? Were you not motivated enough to play South Carolina? All I heard, we're talking about Georgia and South Carolina, all I heard last year after they lost to Texas, especially from my good friend Dakota, who's a Georgia fan, he went on and on and on about how Georgia just wasn't motivated to play in the Sugar Bowl, a New Year's Six Bowl. Were you not motivated enough for South Carolina? What happened? To give him credit, he's actually been pretty graceful about this loss, but I do want to talk a little bit of crap because last year that's all I heard from him was that nonsense.
That's all you saw everywhere, like on social media, like on rabid fans making vlogs on YouTube. About like how they should have been one of the top 4. Why is Notre Dame there? They don't even belong in a conference. We should have been the fourth string.
It's not like Notre Dame played the I think 7th toughest schedule last year in the country.
And they had one of the best records. They were undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, they deserved to be there. And everybody's saying, they got blown out by Clemson. Alabama got blown out by Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson was blowing everybody out there.
Yeah, they were just better than everybody else.
You know what the best thing I've ever watched is?
What?
These guys in Rough and Rowdy, they get like Georgia fans, and they get one Georgia fan and they get one Florida fan, and they get them together and make them box each other, and it's hilarious. You ever watch it?
They do play in a couple weeks.
Yeah, but I'm saying, have you ever watched this?
I have not watched
this. It's the greatest thing ever. It's like two complete rednecks from like these get together and don't know how to box worth of crap, and they just try to weld the tar out of each other.
That'd be tough too for me to find a team to root for or a person to root for there because I hate Georgia fans, but I also hate the state of Florida. So
you just have to ask yourself which one's more toxic, Georgia
people or the entire state of Florida. Yeah,
that's what you're really asking here.
You gotta find them hard questions alive. But what do you think about the game?
Was Georgia even trying?
They looked awful. They looked so
I was heavily reminded of the Michigan Army game, actually.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Army lost to Western Kentucky this week?
Really?
Yep. Sure did. That same team went in overtime with Michigan. Lost to Western Kentucky this week.
Oh, my God.
17-8.
I don't know who that says more about, actually.
I don't either.
I don't.
Well, I'll tell you this. Western Kentucky lost to FCS school, Central Arkansas. So...
Michigan, you suck.
Michigan. We'll be talking about you later, but yeah, I just thought I'd point that out.
You're an awful team with an awful mascot.
Who, Western Kentucky?
No, Michigan.
Yeah, no, I kind of like their mascot, the Wolverine.
Yeah. So, do you know what a Wolverine is?
Oh, that's dope.
They're like these big. They're like this big.
Okay.
So?
And they do nothing.
All right, your team's mascot's Bevo, the murdering steer that almost killed Georgia's mascot last year.
Much better.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like killing dogs.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, Kentucky, their mascot is a wildcat.
Yeah, there's nothing unique about that.
There's nothing unique about it.
The only unique mascot out there is Western Kentucky's mascot. You've seen that abomination.
Just because it's from Sam Raimi's Nightmares.
Yeah. That thing looks like...
Are you talking about Western Kentucky's mascot?
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever.
It is beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah. But I just want to go up and pet it.
I'm going to set that as my desktop background. And I'm changing our icon to WKU's mascot. Yeah.
And it came down to like that final kick.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that kicker is normally aces.
Like, Georgia's kicker? Yeah, he's usually clutch. He's probably the best kicker in college football.
That wasn't like a 48-yard field goal. It was like what?
I think 41.
41.
Yeah, 41, something like that. Yeah, he still should have made it.
Yeah,
it was obviously a fixed game.
Oh yeah, yep. I couldn't have been more happy watching that game. South Carolina only scored one offensive touchdown.
Really?
Yeah, because the other touchdown was the pick six.
Wow.
Yep. And the other points were field goals. So I'm glad Georgia lost. I hate their fan base. They're all awful. Thank you, South Carolina, for doing this for us. We needed this as football fans.
Go Tar Heels.
They're not Tar Heels. They're Gamecocks.
Go Gamecock.
South Carolina's
You're
mascot's a cock.
confusing with North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina's the Tar Heels.
Yeah.
South Carolina's a cock.
But because
yeah,
I was about to say something there, but yeah,
the big question is how
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna stand here and say that all Georgia fans are terrible, but they haven't been.
No, they are.
They haven't been represented well.
No, they're bad people. They're bad people.
Okay, calm down there, man.
I had to hear about all this stuff last year. It was annoying. I absolutely hate Georgia. I'm glad they lost. They lost at Georgia. Do I think Georgia will win the SEC East? Yes, I do. I think they'll still beat Florida. I think Georgia will win out, and I think they'll get a 28-point lead against Alabama and blow it. Because they'll be up 28-3 against Alabama and they'll blow it.
Oh God.
Yeah. But yeah. Just glad about this game. Onward to our next subject, and this is actually two Power 5 schools that I really like their coaches. And they're not in big markets, but they're finding ways to win. They're gritty. Both of them are 6-0, cracked the top 25. And a lot of people ain't talking about these schools, and I can understand why, but I want to discuss Baylor and Minnesota here for a second. What do you think about Baylor and Minnesota's record and their season this year and how they're doing?
Impressive.
Yeah.
Because like you normally get like those like Cinderella teams that towards the midseason find themselves in like the top 25.
Yep.
I do think that Baylor's going to lose this week against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I do too.
I do think that they will.
Yeah.
So they'll lose that ranking, and I doubt that either one of these teams will still be ranked by the end of the year.
I think Minnesota will.
You think Minnesota will?
I think Minnesota's going to lose 2 games all year.
Okay.
I think they'll lose to Penn State, and I think they'll lose to Wisconsin.
And there'll be no shame in that.
No, they'll be 10-2 and go to a really nice bowl game.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Minnesota. Honestly, Baylor could win this week. I think they'll lose, but Baylor. The only 2 ranked teams that got left the rest of the year are Oklahoma and Texas, and they almost beat Texas last year. So
okay.
We'll see, but
We'll see.
What do you think about Baylor and Minnesota's success this year? Have you got to catch any of them, or
They're impressive.
yeah? I like seeing it. It kind of reminds me of Kentucky last year.
I was about to say that, but I didn't want to force Kentucky into the conversation. But
that's exactly what it reminds me of, though. With these 2 schools, is like they're in power conferences. They're finding gritty ways to win games,
right?
Especially
Kentucky into every conversation.
Especially Minnesota. Minnesota has played every game close. Like they almost lost to Georgia Southern. They almost lost to South Dakota State and just a bunch of other schools they probably shouldn't be having close games with, but they always find a way to win. I really like their coach, PJ Fleck. I think they're a good team.
Okay.
Now onward to our next school, another school we're kind of impressed with. They're a group of 5 school, and me and Brian really love this school. Love the way they do things. And that would be Appalachia State.
Yes.
Appalachia State is 24th in the nation now. They are ranked.
I'm so happy for
I am
that.
too.
My.
Huh?
I said my.
Yep. You know that team in the same conference as Georgia State?
Yeah.
Yeah. Appalachia State's going to whip them. But what do you think about Appalachia State so far, 5-0? They beat North Carolina.
They did. Honestly, I am actually very curious how they would handle themselves if they played like a blue blood team. I wanted to see them go up against like someone like Penn State or Ohio State or Michigan.
I think they'd give Clemson a good game right now.
They would.
I really do.
Because Clemson isn't even playing bad; they're just underperforming.
Yeah,
like with that amount of talent and playing the way they are.
Yeah,
but I want to see them like go up against like the best of the best and see how well they would do. Because Appalachian State is always that kind of team. They're gonna give you. They're gonna fight for every minute.
Yeah.
They almost beat Penn State last year.
Yeah, and they have probably the greatest upset in college football history.
Yeah, against Michigan.
Yeah, which I'll never forget that game. But yeah, Appalachia State, they're ranked 24th in the nation. They're looking like a good football team. Jake, anything you want to add to App State? Their mascot's a Mountaineer.
Go Rockies.
Yeah.
wrong mountains, dude.
They're in North Carolina.
Go Meth Addicts.
Sure.
And Appalachia, it's in the It's in their name. What mountain that is?
Yeah, Appalachia.
We reside in the Appalachian Mountains. That's what you call a joke.
I don't know.
A joke it's sort of a form of comedy.
Please explain a joke to me, because I really don't understand them.
Okay, a joke
I can't tell with you anymore.
I don't understand.
A joke is something that makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I make myself laugh, I don't care what other people I make laugh.
He made us laugh because of how ridiculous it was. But back on topic.
Back to the Golden State murderer.
Yep. Well, hey, Appalachia State is actually golden.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're not in Golden State, you idiot.
No, but they're gold.
What does that matter?
I don't know. You said gold, so I just went with it.
It's not even a state. Appalachia is not a state.
No, I'm not saying. Oh my God!
Can we please get back on topic, please?
Please explain, Tyler, how Appalachia is golden or a state.
They're okay. The school colors are black and gold.
How does that matter?
Okay.
They're not a state.
And if you Appalachia State
Is
Do you
the
need me to
title
is
of
the
the
name
school.
of the school.
So do you need me to explain what a state is or a province?
Please explain what a state is.
I'm gonna kill him.
Alright,
I'm gonna
so
kill
a
him.
state is sort of a center of government that's set around a larger national government.
Uh huh.
And that tiny government, it's sort of a miniature version of the big
Are we really doing this?
And the miniature government has less power,
Uh huh.
but it also has its own. Did you know that there's a state guard?
Can somebody
You know
kill
how
me?
there's the National
Can-
Guard?
Can somebody kill me,
Do you
please?
do you know how there's a National Guard, though? There's
Please.
a state guard. I just
Stop
saw
it.
this the other day.
Back on topic.
Shut up, Brian. I got to explain this.
He's
to Tyler.
explaining states.
Listen.
People in the United States might not know what a state is.
The state guard is like the National Guard, but it only works for the like the Kentucky State Guard. It works for the governor of Kentucky, and they have made up like ranks like Commodore,
Uh huh.
and it's hilarious.
Ain't that fascinating?
See,
I'm glad I'm glad Jake has wasted
this is Jake talk.
some of your precious time. You could be doing other things in your life, like going out and starting your own podcast or doing something you're passionate about. But no, you're listening to Jake
pleasuring
explain
yourself
what a
in
state is.
Literally anything else, but you listen to Jake talk.
Yeah, about states.
Well, I'm having a 2-minute segment from now on where I talk about whatever I want,
Okay,
and we'll call it Jake Talk.
Jake talk.
And it'll be great.
Yeah.
We need to get a hold of Michael to get us another art for it.
Yep. Good Lord. Okay, back to Appalachia State.
It's not a state.
We're just very impressed by Appalachia State.
It's not a state.
I think they're a good football team,
It's not even a province.
but what do you think about Appalachia State?
Jake Talk is over. They're good.
On to the next topic.
Please. On to the next topic.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Madden curse. Jake,
Okay.
I feel like this is something you actually do want to speak about. The Madden curse. Evil EA. What do you think about the Madden curse? I want to list off a couple of players here who've been affected by it. Michael Vick killed dogs. Sean Alexander got injured. Ray Lewis killed a man, probably. Adrian Peterson beat his child. Antonio Brown is a madman. Vince Young's career went to shambles.
What about that
Patrick
one
Willis didn't become anything.
Yeah, that dude. He's like the 1-year wonder.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson had to spend his whole career at the Lions. That's punishment enough. Patrick Mahomes got hurt last night. So what's your opinion on this evil curse? Rob Gronkowski had to retire early because he will probably be pissing blood by the time he's 40 because his body's tore all to pieces. So what do you think about the Madden curse?
I think that it puts superstars in their place.
In their place.
Yes.
Now,
People that think that they're good enough to be on the cover of EA's illustrious Madden
That's the
series,
greatest game ever.
the greatest set of football games ever created.
Yeah.
Since NFL Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Tom Brady wasn't affected by it.
Well, no, but he's Tom
not
Brady.
yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
That time's passed. If he gets hurt now, it ain't because of Madden.
Okay.
Well,
The worst thing that ever happened to Tom Brady, I saw a funny meme that said Julian Edelman sacrificed himself for Brady because Julian Edelman got hurt the year Brady got on the Madden curse.
Okay.
And Edelman sacrificed himself to the Madden gods.
Okay.
But yeah, the video game Madden has had this long history of people that have been on the cover of the game They either get hurt.
They commit terrible crimes.
I don't get it.
Goes to
honestly
shambles.
Honestly and truthfully, I think that it's a mixture of bad judgment of personality, as well as overthinking how good a player is going to be.
I think it's actually a curse. I'm actually convinced at this point. I've given up.
I'm trying to just give a real.
I used to have that logic.
It's not my logic. I actually believe it's a curse. But that's sort of.
I used to try to use logic with this. Not anymore. I'm done. This is actually like Satan has a curse over Madden. He's hurting our players.
EA made a deal with the devil.
He did. They did. They did. It happens every year. Yeah. It never fails.
I joked that it's like a cosmic force telling people to quit working for EA.
Yeah,
I joked about that. Now, obviously, I don't believe that it's an actual curse.
No, I do.
Crap just happens. But it is bizarre, like seeing like
Brian. We call people like you in denial.
But you know what? I just laid out all the evidence. Like that. Okay, like it would be one thing if there was no evidence behind this being a curse. But there actually is like evidence.
But a lot of the stuff you were talking about though is like I said, with Michael Vick or Calvin Johnson or with Antonio Brown. Well, those guys chose to do the things that they did. Like Michael Vick chose to do what he did. Calvin Johnson chose to retire. But the
evil spirits in Madden got in their head and told them to do this.
You're gonna go with that.
Yes, I am actually.
I don't think Brian knows how curses work.
It's cursed. Yeah. It is a danger to society.
It is a curse, and that's why
it's a plague on all of humanity.
I believe that any NFL player that volunteers for it is
an idiot.
Insane.
I wouldn't be on it.
I will say, I will go as far as to say that like as far as like the injuries go, it is weird how like. I'm gonna guess maybe like 7 or 8 of the players that have gone on Madden curse ended up injured the year after they were on the cover. That is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like it happened to I don't think it happened to Vince Young, but
but Vince Young was crap.
He fell off the cliff.
Yeah,
but it happened to Richard Sherman.
Yep.
Or maybe like it might have been the year after that. It just happened to Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did it happen to?
Sean Alexander.
It happened to Sean Alexander.
He's probably the greatest example of it, in my opinion, because his career just went.
I think the only way to fix the Madden curse is if we cut out Tom Brady's heart and sacrifice it to the.
No, I don't even think. I think Madden's that powerful.
Well, it is John Madden.
He's an evil man. He just wants people to get hurt.
I can't deny that. Look at the Raiders in the 1970s.
Yeah,
they were pretty awful.
That's what's happening. But I personally think I think it's a curse. I used to always think, but there's 2 examples that changed my mind. I used to try to think about this with logic and be like, oh, well, it's just unlucky circumstances. But then Antonio Brown happened, and he would not shut up, and it got worse and worse and worse. And this was after Madden, after the Madden cover, it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And I think he's like the greatest victim of the curse, honestly. I think the curse got a hold of him and changed him completely.
Antonio Brown's a victim, really.
Yeah.
Really?
That poor man.
Really?
But you know what? It's the curse. The curse has to be part of it. If in a court of law, EA needs to be taken to court for this. This is what they're doing is immoral. Then Patrick Mahomes gets hurt last night. He's a good guy. He did not deserve this, Madden.
He is a Kansas City Chief, so I would have to say yes, he did deserve it.
No, he's a good man.
Yeah, he is a really good guy.
He does not deserve this.
No.
But
Larry, have you noticed that Larry Fitzgerald, he's never been on the cover of Madden?
Yeah, he has.
He has?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Him and Troy Polamalu.
Him and Troy Polamalu were on it.
Madden 10.
Madden 10, yep.
Oh, yeah, they were both on it.
Yep.
It was actually the only time they've ever put more than one
player.
player.
Drew Brees was on it, and after he got on the cover...
He won a Super Bowl.
No, after that, they had the Bounty Gate.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Madden struck again in its own weird way.
Brett Favre retired and then went on a 5-year retirement tour after
and showed his junk to a reporter in New York.
Oh God!
You know what? That's hilarious.
It is. It's terrible, but it is funny.
That's bad.
I think it's hilarious.
But yeah, the Madden curse, it's real. And I think it's going to consume us all whole one day. But on to our next topic, crybaby fans in the NFL when it comes to the referees. I am sick and tired of this. Your team did not lose because the referees cheated your team. You can make all the jokes you want to about. I made jokes about it. The Packers and Lions game.
Yeah,
because that was horribly officiated.
It was.
But you know what? Don't go 0-4 in the red zone, Lions. Or you also had a 10-point lead, I think.
They were
9-point lead.
They were up 13-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, you blew it. That's your fault. You can blame the refs all you want. You lost the game. It's on you. What do you think about the game, Brian? Or what do you think about crybaby fans in general?
Yeah, it's like, honestly, and I mentioned this to you before we got on, was Mark Schlereth of FS1 said, get rid of instant replay.
Uh-huh. I agree.
Just get rid of it. Just let the players play. Just let because let me go ahead and make this very clear. It's easy for us to say what the calls are or if they're wrong or not when it's in slow motion at 1080p on our Blu-ray screen, not Blu-ray, but like on our high definition screens. Mm-hmm. It's kind of easy to see if they got wrong, but when it's in live action, going at full speed, it's hard to tell.
I agree.
It really is. Yeah, it was clearly not hands to the face because that was like the big call that everybody's going crazy about is the hands to the face.
They called it like 17 times. In fairness,
it was two big calls.
Two big calls
that would have ended Packers drives.
Again, though,
but here's the thing:
they also had the lead, and you can stop them. Yeah. You still have the chance to stop them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's not like that. Those calls immediately gave them touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Like. They didn't get touchdowns off those calls.
I'm half and half on this whole officiating thing. I'm like, I
don't blame referees ever for anything.
It doesn't lose the game entirely, but it sure as crap helps the other team.
But that goes both ways throughout the entire game.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
What great teams do, in my opinion, is they overcome that adversity.
Yeah, or they take advantage of the opportunities that are given to them.
Yes, I agree. And what bad teams do, like the Detroit Lions, is they piss it away or screw it up or don't overcome anything. They just sit there and blame the refs the entire time.
Yeah, because they were bad calls. I'm not denying that they were bad calls.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
They were bad calls at the end of the day.
Awful calls.
But quit trying to get like on this pedestal and try to act like that you're like victims or something.
Yeah,
or like the NFL is fixed.
Antonio Brown's a victim.
So I'm tired of like this persecution complex that's now the norm, and I blame New Orleans for it.
I do too.
I am sick and tired of this.
The NFL over it.
Yeah, because of a pass interference call that should have been called pass interference. Sure. Guess what? You had a 10-point lead and got the ball first in overtime.
Yeah.
Overcome the adversity. Win the game. Quit being crybabies.
The Rams only had like a minute 15 left to score the points they needed to. Your defense could have stopped them at any point.
They could have. But no, just blame the refs. That's the easy way out. You said you felt a little bit different about this topic. Could you elaborate a little bit on it, Jake?
I think I already did.
All right.
Did you? Okay.
I pretty much just said, it helps. I think it's okay to complain a little bit if it's very one-sided. I'll give you an example straight off the top of my head. Super Bowl XL. The Pittsburgh Steelers won. Jerome Bettis retired. Pittsburgh Steelers had an insane advantage that entire game just because of terrible officiating, and it was very one-sided officiating.
But you can still overcome them things.
Yeah, you can.
If you're a great team, though, you should be able to overcome. I always say that the best team that wins is the one on the field that plays the best, executes the best. And, there's other opportunities to...
Even if you do execute the best, though, every game of sports ball of any sorts has at least a little tinge of luck.
It does. I'm not going to deny that. But
you're a Pats fan, of course.
But you got to overcome. Yeah. But you got to take the best advantages. And what other teams get the same breaks New England does.
Yeah.
But you know what they don't do? They don't take advantage of them breaks.
But like
every team gets the same advantage when it comes to the breaks and
like you can talk all you want about Super Bowl 38 and how like on the final drive they got like they got that break of the Carolina kicker kicking it out of bounds and then putting it on the 40-yard line. You can talk all you want about it, but they still had to
took advantage of it.
They still had to go 30. They still had to go like 25, 30, 40 yards to get in field goal range the way they did.
Yep.
So, and Carolina could have stopped them at any point.
They can. I agree. You still have, what football is taking advantage of opportunities. And New England is probably the best at that. So,
well, if the refs give the opportunity more so to the other team, then it doesn't.
It's not how it works, though. Referees don't go into a game and say, well, I'm going to call more on this team, obviously.
Right.
It just happened. Like,
it's human error.
If you look at penalties called throughout a game, it's usually even between two teams, unless one team is completely just playing incompetent.
Right.
But usually the penalties are pretty even for the most part, but it only stands out in people's minds because one team took advantage of the penalty that was called. So I don't blame refs at all. Could the officiating be better in the NFL? Sure.
Yeah, I actually think that this year it's been the worst.
I think it's been abysmal.
Yeah, it's been
I actually think college officiating has been a lot better. But great teams overcome them things. They take advantage of the situations. There's only one bad call, I think, that's ever been called in NFL history that's decided a game. And that was the Seahawks and the Packers. That one, I would say, that one determined it. Brian, what do you think about that one?
Oh yeah, that's actually considered like one of the greatest farces of.
Yeah, that's a complete screw up.
Yeah, that was terrific. But one thing I'm doing here is I'm actually kind of looking up. I want to know what the penalty stats were between Green Bay and Detroit, just to prove a point here. And I'm looking it up real quick. If you guys bear with me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the penalty stats were in that game, but yeah,
but I guarantee you it'll be even.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, and that's just like. The thing, it's like they're using they're using the referees' bad calls as crutches, and that's like just something I've never could get behind ever.
I hate it.
Like things happen.
I agree,
and sometimes you're a benefactor of it. Other times you're a victim of it. It happens in sports, and it's not like football is alone in this. It happens in every sport, in every professional sport.
I'll say this: you look at a lot of the teams right now playing. A lot of teams have lost their starting quarterback, and they're able to overcome that adversity.
Yeah,
football is a game of adversity. You got to overcome deficiencies. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm with you. I think it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
that people are complaining about this, but I think we should move on to our next subject.
Go ahead.
What do you think about the Jets beating the Cowboys?
Oh, I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy.
Yep.
First off, good for Sam Darnold. He came back after being sick for a month, and was able to put on a performance like that. But, it feels good
I
Dallas
agree.
to lose.
I agree.
I think football is better when Dallas loses.
Well, I thought it was funny because Dallas, I think, started the year 3-0, if I'm not mistaken. And now they are 0-3 in their last 3 games.
Yep.
Jake, what do you think about the Jets beating them Cowboys? How about them boys?
It cracks me up.
Yep. Make you happy?
I mean, I could care less one way or another about the Dallas Cowboys. They do have the Clapmeister.
They do have the Clapmaster. I don't know how much longer he's going to be there.
He's got so much of the clap that it sounds like applause nowadays. It's amazing, but I don't feel sorry for them. I think it's hilarious. New York Jets, an absolute dumpster fire of a team for
that was their first win of the year.
40 years.
Yeah.
Hasn't made a good
draft pick in their history.
In ever, yeah.
Yeah.
Has the most overrated quarterback according to some people.
He's young. We'll see how he turns out.
I'm not talking about the young one. I'm talking about the old one.
Who?
Namath.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people such as
that's 60 years ago, but okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
In their history.
Yeah, in their entire history.
They're great. It's bad whenever your greatest quarterback in your franchise's history is Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I like Joe Namath,
but when he's your best quarterback you've ever had,
yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah. It's kind of like Terry Bradshaw being your best quarterback in your franchise history. He was a good quarterback.
Well, I guess technically Big Ben would be the best quarterback
statistically.
In the Steelers.
Yeah. He is.
But I think it's funny. Brings a smile to my face thinking about it, a tear to my heart, stuff like that.
Yeah, makes your soul feel warm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
because I would crack up if Miami would have beaten the New England Patriots. That'd been the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I would have cried.
We will be talking about the Dolphins here in a second, though.
Yep.
Tank Bowl. Yeah, the best one ever.
But I will say this: what chance would you give the Jets against the Patriots on Monday night?
Piss. None. I think it'll be 26 to nothing.
26-0.
I got New England 26-0. I think it'd just be one of them kind of games. New England will take care of business.
Right. Because I did hear that apparently what Adam Gase did. Apparently, because Adam Gase is actually a decent offensive coordinator. He just he's not Sam Darnold is literally the best quarterback he's gotten.
Yeah.
In his career. But apparently, I did hear that Adam Gase just didn't really use the playbook. He just used like the bare minimum plays that he used in preseason. Well, when Sam Darnold was out, because he didn't want anybody to see
what they do,
the extent of his playbook, with his backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, but how many the Jets never? Well, not even the Jets. Young quarterbacks against Bill Belichick get eaten and swallowed alive.
True.
So even Mahomes has had trouble against Belichick. So I personally think this will just be an ugly, terrible game. But yeah, good for the Jets. You beat the Cowboys and it's hilarious. Granted, I don't like the Jets, but. It was still funny.
How do you have that much talent and lose 3 straight?
Yeah.
You ever heard that offensive joke about the Jets? Because it's hilarious.
What? No, but we're not getting into that.
Oh, I know. I was asking.
But my next question is going to be the what do y'all think about the Rams right now?
Oh, they were very over-anticipated for this year.
Yeah. They've lost 3 straight, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if that coach is just as good as everyone thought he was going to be.
Oh no, it's not Sean McVay's fault. It's the defense's fault. It is not.
He's the head coach, so it comes back on him.
It does. But
honestly, I've not been impressed by Sean McVay. I'm going to name off a couple of things here that really Sean McVay, to me, I've noticed he's a great play caller. There's no denying that. He is terrible at developing players, I think. I'll give you an example. His quarterback right now,
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. To me, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, hey, look how much improvement he had from his rookie year to whenever he came in town." That's just it. He's a great play caller. But has he actually developed Jared Goff as a pocket passer? No, because Jared Goff cannot read defenses. Sean McVay tells him where to throw the ball. That's the one thing that I cannot stand about Sean McVay is he does not develop quarterbacks or really just players overall. He's good at picking out players for his system, but as for actually being a coach that develops players, I'm not really so sold on him.
Okay.
I believe Pete Carroll's better at that. I believe that the Niners right now have been
Mike Shanahan
have been fantastic with it. So. I don't know. As a coach of developing players, I'm not really sure how much I can put into stock with him.
You think maybe what if let's say this, because Wade Phillips actually has experience with head coaching. What if if the roles were reversed and Wade Phillips was the head coach and Sean McVay was the offensive coordinator?
It could. I mean,
could that work?
Yeah, I think it. I don't think it's like a dumpster fire right now.
It's not.
But I am saying that that's just a criticism of him. As for Wade Phillips had a bad stint as a head coach. Really, he was okay, but
they had one good year where they went 12-4, but they lost the first round of the playoffs as Dallas normally does.
Yeah, so I don't know. He's a great defense coordinator, but yeah, I just think that he's Sean McVay's more of a schematic guy than he is at developing players, and
right. That's
just something that I figured I'd point out. As for them making the playoffs, I'm not sure they'll do that.
Just because of the
division.
Yeah,
they're not. Right now, the most complete team to me in that division has been the Niners.
San Francisco.
They're fundamentally good at literally everything they do.
Yeah, because with Seattle,
they're a one-man show.
Yeah.
I don't think Seattle win the division just because the Niners, to me,
as good as they're starting, I'll give Seattle. They'll probably finish 10-6, 11-5.
Yeah.
While San Francisco might finish 13-3.
Yeah.
12-4.
San Francisco is legit. People need to watch out. They're scary good. I know you don't like to hear that, Jake, because. But the Niners are really good, actually.
They're probably the best team in California right now.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You got Oakland.
You got
the two Los Angeles teams, and what happened to the Chargers?
They're terrible.
They are so bad right now.
They lost to the 1-4 Steelers, I think. Yeah. That was it's 2-4 now, ain't it? Or no, 2. I don't know.
They were one.
The point is they lost to
the Steelers, who was a 1-win team going into the week.
Yeah.
And I think San Francisco's the best NFL team in California right now.
I agree.
Good for them.
I think they're probably the best team in the NFC. Maybe we'll see. Maybe them and the Saints.
Yeah, with the Saints and
Green Bay's pretty dangerous.
Green Bay is, and don't sleep on Minnesota. Like
at PS, I'm not. I'm not even going to dignify that. Minnesota to me is just they are what they are.
Talked with the guy the other day. Thought that Houston's going to the Super Bowl.
Houston's good.
Houston is really good.
Houston's really good.
They are good.
They scare me.
But they're unpredictable.
They're a good team. They play in an easy division. Well, maybe I don't know. Their division's trash.
But with the way Deshaun came in and just outplayed Patrick Mahomes the way he did is just very impressive.
Yeah. And just, I think Deshaun Watson's a great player. I think the Texans are a good team. It's a team to really watch out for, I think.
My favorite receiver is in Houston. My favorite wide receiver.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins.
But, I'm not dignifying that Minnesota comment you just made. No.
I'm not saying that they're the best. I'm just saying don't sleep on them.
No.
They might surprise you.
8-8.
Okay.
That'd be the record. What do y'all think about the New England Patriots and their 6-0 record?
They're the worst 6-0 team in NFL history.
Yeah, Rob Parker's a dumbass. There is like flaws of New England, but God, their defense is ridiculous.
Yeah, like their defense is actually kind of reminding me right now of the 2000 Ravens.
Yeah, it is scary
because their offense is kind of a little shaky.
Okay, I am tired about hearing about how Brady.
Injuries,
I'm tired of people saying Brady played bad against the Giants. Who was he throwing to?
He didn't play a great game, but you're right.
Everybody was hurt.
He didn't have he didn't have as bad as a game as Josh Allen did.
No,
or not Josh Allen. Crap.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, you're talking about. Yeah,
my bad.
But I am sick and tired of this. Everybody acts like Brady's playing a horrible game against the Giants. He played fine. It was a good game. It wasn't the best, but I mean, what was it? I think he went 31 for 44 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not horrible.
I think people were looking at like the 2 picks he threw.
Okay,
I guess
one of them wasn't his fault. The other one was, but I don't know. He played a good game. I think.
That offense is decimated with injuries right now.
Yeah, it's just stupid to me. People do this every year too. People like to overreact because New England is the dynasty in the NFL.
Well, yeah, they're like, what's the term when you're the bad guy in sports? Like when you're like the antagonist in sports. What's the term? There's a term for that. The heel.
Yeah, you're a heel.
Yeah, and that's what the Patriots are. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to see them to lose.
They do. Well, too bad. Jake, what do you think about New England's 6-0 record?
Okay.
I'm
numb.
Nothing more to that?
Nope, not really.
Well, I have to point out the fact that you guys do have one of the easiest schedules in football.
I'm tired of hearing that too.
I have to point that out.
I think it's a stupid comment because at the end of the day, we're playing NFL teams.
Yeah, one of those NFL teams was Miami.
Okay,
and Washington.
We're
about to verbally disembowel both those teams.
Sure, yes, we are.
we are. We have to just point that out to be fair.
But the Bills are a real NFL team.
Yes, that is like the realest team you guys have played.
I mean, you have the Chiefs have they lost to Indianapolis and they lost to the Texans. You can lose games anywhere,
right?
Now Indianapolis is pretty decent. They're okay.
They'll be a 9-7 team.
Yeah, but I think people just look at New England and think every game's an easy game for them because they're New England.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I think they're legit this year. I think they're scary. I think they're really good. And but who cares about them? Let's talk about Tank Bowl. What is everybody's opinion on the greatest football game to ever be played between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Redskins?
Could it have been any better? I mean, the worst thing that could have happened is if the final score was like 38-34.
Oh yeah,
but no, like the way it ended though was
beautiful.
Beautiful.
I think Miami tried a screen pass on the 2-yard line.
Yep, for the 2-point conversion.
When has a screen pass ever worked at the 2-yard line? That was stupid. The real question is who won the game?
Oh, the Dolphins.
I agree.
At the end of the day, the Dolphins did.
The Dolphins won Tank Bowl.
Yeah.
Who do you think, Jake?
The people that won the game.
Yeah, who do you think?
Washington. Because they won the game.
You don't understand what we're asking.
But deep down, who actually won Tank Bowl?
Oh, Miami.
Miami won it deep down in their heart.
Because you know what a Tank Bowl means, right?
The objective of Tank Bowl is to lose the game.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Miami did it. I'm proud of Miami.
Hey, we have another one coming up too with the Cincinnati Bengals.
I am so excited for that game. I hope they're both winless.
Yeah, because it's in a couple weeks now, isn't it?
It should be, yeah.
I think it's in November.
That'll be interesting.
I'm excited for that game. I think it'll be beautiful.
Two 0-8 or 0-9 teams.
I hope they tie.
Oh God!
Please tie
at like 3-3 or something like that, or
no
0-0.
0-0. That's what I want. 0-0 or 2-2.
Yeah. Oh my God! It'd be beautiful.
2-2 would be amazing.
Or if one has to win, let it be 2-0.
Yeah. Oh my God. It would be glorious. Now that'd be the Tank Bowl of the century.
Yep.
I actually saw a T-shirt that said Tank Bowl champs 2019 Miami Dolphins. I actually thinking about getting that shirt.
Oh man,
I want that shirt so bad. I'm thinking about ordering it.
Terrific.
Yeah. But yeah, I was happy with this year's Tank Bowl. I thought it was a beautiful game between two incompetent teams. The fact that Miami sucks so bad that they can't even beat the Washington Redskins, who just fired a coach and can't decide who their quarterback. Which Miami can't decide who their quarterback is either. But
Fitzpatrick came back into the game in the fourth quarter, and he almost won.
Yeah, I was thinking, Miami, what are you doing?
Then Fitzmagic happened.
Yeah, Fitzmagic happened, and they almost won the game. Thank God they didn't. I do love the embrace the suck. That should be Miami's tagline for the year. Embrace the suck, because it is glorious.
Absolutely terrific.
I love it. Miami has made me so happy this year. They've given me so many good feelings.
Oh man, it's been great.
Yep. Jake, anything else you want to add on to the greatest football game to ever be played in the history of humanity?
Hell Dolphins.
Yep. As for our upsets of the week.
By the way,
Okay.
Before you start, I looked up those stats.
Okay.
This is what it was. For the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers had 6 penalties for 48 yards.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions had 8 penalties for 50 yards. And the Green Bay Packers had 3 turnovers.
Dolphins, you should have won the. I mean, not Dolphins.
Detroit,
you should have won the game.
And Detroit was 1 for 3, not over 4, 1 for 3 in the red zone.
Yep.
And the Packers were 1 for 4. They were worse in the red zone than the Detroit Lions were, and they still lost. And the Lions still lost.
Yeah, quit blaming the referees.
Yes, please.
Take advantage of situations. Green Bay took advantage of situations, so I don't know.
Yeah, don't blame it yourself.
That's why New England always focuses on situational football.
Yeah.
I mean, football is a situational game.
Well, that's pretty much what Bill Belichick trains you for. He trains you for situational football. He's the greatest coach to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As for our upsets of the week when it comes to college football, my upset of the week... Actually, I'm going to save mine for last because mine's so stupid.
Yeah, yours is.
Brian, what's your upset of the week?
It was Washington beating Oregon.
Yep.
Like I said, like we both have made our opinions about Oregon very clear.
Yeah, I don't like them.
But I also have liked Washington, so yeah.
It's at Washington.
Yes, so I think that they'll pull it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. Jake, what's your upset of the week?
Louisville over Clemson.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's not as bad as mine.
It's not as bad as yours.
It's still a dandy.
You were even conflicted about that one or yours. Yeah. and this one makes so much more sense than yours.
It does.
Yeah, somehow.
Jacob actually makes more sense this week than you
does. He does. Well, Jacob, I mean, this could happen. If it does happen, yippee-ki-yay. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
My upset of the week, because I'm a moron, and God, I just want to pick this one, and I have a little bit of logic behind it, but God, it's so stupid. Northwestern tonight will knock off the Ohio State Buckeyes. They will not only beat Ohio State, they will blow them out. 59-10. Northwestern wins because Ohio State always gets blown out by an unranked team on the road every year. And the only other unranked team Ohio State will play the rest of the year on the road is Rutgers, and it ain't happening there. So if it happens at Rutgers, then
I will commit seppuku if Rutgers beats Ohio State.
It will not. Yeah. It will be ugly sight.
I will literally.
Yeah,
do that
I'll
with
die.
the microphone in my hand right now.
Yeah,
if that were to happen.
Yeah, that's not happening. So this is the only chance really for an unranked team to do something crazy. So I'm going to take Northwestern blowing out Ohio State tonight. It will be a massacre, a bloodbath.
God.
Northwestern will dance all over them.
It'll be a good turnaround for their season because they're playing pretty badly right now.
Well, they won't now. My God, they're going. I think Northwestern's starting a third string quarterback. So,
Oh my God.
Yep, Northwestern's going to knock off the Buckeyes. Watch out, Buckies.
Oh,
okay,
God.
Let's get to our games of the week. Okay, our first game of the week is number 18 Baylor traveling to unranked Oklahoma State. Brian, I want to get your opinion on this one first. Who do you think is going to win?
I said it earlier. I think Oklahoma State will win this game.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think they'll win?
Because it's at Oklahoma State, I'm gonna guess like 27-21, like a score like that.
Yeah,
that's my guess. I got Oklahoma State.
I can see it.
It can be considered like a co-upset of the week too.
Yeah,
Baylor is ranked and they're undefeated.
I actually think Oklahoma State's favored though.
Really?
Yeah, when it comes to Vegas and points and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma State's favored.
Cool.
Who do you got in this game, Jacob?
Baylor.
Taking Baylor? Oh, why are you taking Baylor?
I like the name better.
It's a pretty name. It's a glorious name. I am going to take Oklahoma State as well. I for the same reasons. It's at Oklahoma State. This is just one of them games I see sneaking up on Baylor, and I think Oklahoma State will pull it off.
Yep.
On to our next game of the week. Number 3 Clemson travels to Louisville. Louisville's coming off a big win against against Wake Forest. So this one I think will be intriguing for a bit, but I think Clemson will beat the holy hell out of them. What do you think will happen, Brian?
Ditto on you. I think Clemson will thrash them.
Yeah,
I think they'll win.
I think 49-28 or something like that.
Because honestly, I think Clemson is going in with this mentality that we need a convincing win.
They do, and they're not playing anybody.
They're just underperforming so badly.
Yeah,
it's like they're looking down at their competition.
Yeah, well, it is the ACC.
True.
We already know who Jake's got. Still not as bad as my pick, but on to our next game of the week. Number 12 Oregon travels to number 25 Washington. I'm actually going to go with Brian here. I'm going to take Washington because I don't know. Just Washington's a good football team. It's at Washington, and this is a huge rivalry in the Pac-12. I just think that Washington will win. I really don't have any other reasons besides that. Oregon's looked pretty decent since that Auburn loss.
Yeah.
Washington's been up and down, actually. But I think this will be the game where Washington gets things on track. I think they'll win. Mm-hmm. Who do you got, Jake?
Washington.
You taking Washington?
Yep.
What's your reasoning?
Because I watched the show Red vs. Blue, and Washington's a cool character in it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean, yeah, that's always the most important factor.
Also, they got fat linemen, which I think's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, they also have a great stadium.
Oh.
Now, their jerseys kind of suck, but
they're not as bad as Oregon's, though.
That's true. Onward to our next game of the week, number 16 Michigan. Number 16 Michigan at number 7 Penn State.
Yes.
Who do you got, Brian?
Penn State's going to crush them.
You think?
Yeah. I got Penn State.
What makes you feel that way?
It's Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm not taking like the last 2 wins as like anything concrete.
Now that they actually played like shit last week against Illinois, they almost let Illinois come back and beat them.
Yeah.
Michigan was up 28-0, and by the time the fourth quarter rolled around, it was 28-25.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sold on Michigan. Who do you got in this game? Penn State or you got Penn State?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your reasoning?
Wolverines are stupid.
Huh?
Wolverines are stupid.
That is right. You don't like Wolverines.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the logic.
He's a cool comic book character, though.
I'm going to take Penn State because I will never pick Michigan to ever win a big game ever again in my life.
Right.
They've done that. They've broken my heart too many times. I was a believer in Jim Harbaugh, and now I think he's a hack in the college football ranks. Onward to our game of the week. I've been mixed on this one. I don't really know who to take. I've been conflicted on who to take in this game, but our game of the week is Arizona State. Number 17, Arizona State, traveling to number 13, Utah. I was wanting to get your opinion first, Brian. Who do you think's going to win this game? The head coach of Arizona State's Herm Edwards, by the way.
I can't root against that guy.
Taking Arizona State.
I got to. I got to take Arizona State.
Yeah.
I can't root
You dare root against the Mormons?
Oh yeah, you're going up against a whole religion now.
You're going to start a religious war, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Brian's pissed off the entire religion.
I'm pretty sure
I've pissed off Florida.
Well, I'm fairly sure it's impossible to piss off Mormons.
Considering the fact that both of you guys have literally called the Mormon religion Christian fan fiction.
It's impossible to piss off Mormons, though. They're always smiling. That's how you know it's a cult.
God.
That's how you know it's a cult.
Enough, please.
So you're taking Arizona State.
I will take Arizona State just because I can't root against.
Cult.
Who do you got?
Mormons.
You taking Mormons? God, I am so conflicted on this one.
Take the Mormons. Accept them. Accept Stephen as your god.
I'm picking Stephen.
There we go.
I'm taking Utah.
I think that's the name of their god, Stephen.
Yeah, sure. What, Hank, Stephen,
No, it's their Messiah. It's
Pinocchio.
Like
I don't know. Who cares?
The funny thing about
you don't know a damn thing about
Mormons.
I actually do.
Of the day, don't you?
I actually know.
Okay, we're not getting into the Mormon religion and all
Jake
the
talk.
I think
you've done your Jake
you've
talk.
done Jake talk,
and I wanted to kill myself.
It was awful.
Well,
yeah.
But
the Mormon religion's nifty.
I'm going to take Utah. All jokes aside, like actually within football context, Arizona State's offense has been garbage this year. Their defense is legit. I think Utah will win the game 20-9. I think it'll just be an ugly football game. It's at Utah. I think it's a night game.
Okay.
So I'm going to take Utah. But I think that's about all the topics we have for this week. Anybody want to add anything else?
I got nothing.
So, about the Mormon religion.
Shut up!
All right.
Done.
Speaking of Mormons, Mormon out.
See you guys.
Yeah.